All right, welcome to the first episode of This Week in Baseball. We are going over a few things that have happened through the week. It goes over standings and some weird stuff that I have found, which this week is some weird stuff that I have found. So we'll just start with standings because it just makes it easy. We are looking at a lot different than what everybody has assumed we were going to be at. Baltimore Orioles is on top. Cleveland Guardians is on top. The Mariners, for some reason, are on top. I don't know how. They should not be there. The original, what was it, the predictions, or like where they were supposed to be placed at was what?
Third or fourth
place
in the
division? Yeah, in the entire division. All of them, the American League. It was like third or fourth place. The Atlanta Braves are on top. Milwaukee Brewers are on top, and of course the Dodgers, because they have infinite pocketbooks and they can spend as much money as they want on everything that they want to spend on. They are also on top. But the thing is,
in comparison to the Yankees, they actually have talent and not just big pocketbooks.
Right. But they also, for some, I guess they got lucky. No one knew this was even coming with Ohtani and his wonderful deal that he made in the offseason where he deferred majority of his payments.
He deferred all of it, didn't he?
So no. He makes I think it's like $2 million a year.
He makes
for
$2 million a year until the end.
And then for the next 10 years, he makes his other $650 million or whatever it is, just some crazy amount. Yeah. So he has it set that way, which is smart. Then he's guaranteed 20 years of payments instead of 10 years of payment. So smart. But the problem is, though, with this whole thing is that we got the Astros at the very bottom of this entire thing, which don't make sense.
I don't see that as a problem.
The Astros were saying the Astros were going to be at the top of the list again, number one in the AL West, and they're 9-19. This is not updated. They're actually 10-19, but it still puts them back.
For me, with the Astros right now, when I watched the first series against the Rangers and they fumbled and just dropped literally everything, that was a tell of how the year's going to go. They are not playing baseball. They're playing wiffle ball right now.
They also got swept twice.
Yeah.
They got swept against the Reds, and they got swept against the Cubs.
Well, I mean, the Cubs, they almost lost that second game, 12-11, but still won it.
Right. Which is lucky. Very, very lucky that this is even happening. Also, the Houston Astros actually have a different manager. It's no longer Dusty. I forget who the manager
is. Not Dusty Baker anymore?
Nope, not at all.
He retired.
Dusty Baker retired.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I saw.
He retired after the World Series, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his last game. What was his? Who's the current manager right now for the Astros?
I'm looking it up.
Current manager Astros is Joe Espada.
Yeah, so
he's faster than me.
Yeah, so he apparently was. He worked with Dusty, and he was he worked on the Texas Rangers last year, and it's a completely night and day. So whatever training plan they have going on is odd. But in association with this, we also have the power rankings of everything that's currently happening, which is not anywhere close to what anybody thought. The Braves and the Dodgers on top, of course, that's kind of what we all thought was going to happen. But if you scroll to the bottom, they are 23rd in baseball. 7th worst in all of baseball. Just barely ahead of the Athletics.
And I'm not going to make excuses for them because I don't like them. But they are also injury play. Most of their pay, they have Tessinger is now on the 10-day DL. They have McCullers is out.
Yeah.
Garcia is out. 60.
Garcia Parra or just no more Garcia?
Luis Garcia.
Oh, okay.
He's out. Oliver Ortega out. Bennett Sosa out. Murphy's not a big loss. And then Graveman's gone for 60 days, but that was also the end of March.
Is Graveman?
So he might be back at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But
So the thing with the 60-day injured list is it's not designed just for 60 days. It could be anywhere between 30 to the rest of the year. They leave people on the 60-day because it frees up that spot that they may have been taking until they come back. It basically removes them from the roster completely. It still allows them to be guaranteed a spot when they come back, but they are not going to lose that position because somebody's on the injured list. Whereas if you have somebody on the 15-day, it takes away from your roster spot. You have to keep them there. So, and the interesting thing is this entire we thought the Athletics were going to be worse than baseball.
They are kicking some serious butt right now.
They're not doing too bad. Like, they're not great, but they're not doing too bad. And if I was, like I said, what, last week or week after, or I'm sorry, last week, week before,
2 weeks before,
that if I was the Athletics, I would be sitting there playing as hard as I could to make them regret sending us.
Yeah.
That's what I would be doing, because they're supposed to go to Sacramento and play in a minor league stadium next year.
Well, the city is already upset that they're moving, and they're even more so upset that they're playing well now this year. The manager still does not care, or the owner, because they're getting money out of the deal, so they're not going to care where they're going.
No, and I would like to go see the Oakland Coliseum. And then I saw a video on the Oakland Coliseum, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to go to the Oakland Coliseum to see a game. It's not because it's empty, or not because there's no one there. It's just because it looks run down.
It's just because it's so old, ain't it? Like they've done one renovation since 2002 or something like that.
The last renovation was 2013, and that was
13, and they haven't touched it since.
No, and that was they renovated a few bathrooms.
That's not a renovation.
So it's like.
No.
Not a renovation.
When was the last time T-Mobile was renovated?
When T-Mobile took it from Safeco. That was when T-Mobile took it from Safeco. T-Mobile did a complete renovation. Yeah. Yeah, it'll still be Safeco Field to me. But
God, it's been 10 years? It's been 10 years?
Yeah, so Safeco got it. They built Safeco Park or Safeco Field. And then they sold Safeco Field to T-Mobile. I don't know why. Safeco's still a big name.
They didn't sell them.
What do you mean they didn't sell them?
No,
they didn't sell them.
They signed a lease.
They didn't renew the lease.
And then T-Mobile picked it up.
Yeah, that's why it's T-Mobile Park, because the Safeco bank didn't renew the lease, because they'd been that for what, 20 years almost?
Yeah.
More than 20 years?
Almost 20.
Almost 20.
Like 99 or whatever it was when they built it?
It was almost 20. Well, it's like with Lumen Field. I know.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Century didn't renew, and now Lumen picked
it
up.
It was quite well. Technically, it was
Microsoft
Lumen
Field,
for
Quest.
a long time, because Quest and CenturyLink are actually the same thing.
Lumen is actually owned. Lumen owns CenturyLink.
Oh.
Yeah.
So technically,
basically, it's still Quest Field. It's in the same department or whatever it is.
It is still owned by the same one. So. Which is weird to me. I'm hoping that the Athletics blow the doors off and at least finish second place. I'm hoping. That's my hope. Or at least above the Astros.
Well, we'll see.
And we'll see.
Don't we all wish
above the Astros. I want to see them finish above the Astros. It'd be great. So the other thing also, that this has been happening for the past, since the opening, people are blaming the pitch clock for this.
Oh, the injuries?
The injuries, they're still dealing with Tommy John surgeries. Gregory Santos is no longer available to pitch because he's out, possibly due to Tommy John. They're waiting on the MRI. Now? Yes. That's another pitcher. So we're literally losing pitcher after pitcher.
Look at the guys throwing fastballs or throwing two seams. They're not getting hurt. It's the guys throwing the splitters, the curves, the sliders, the movement pitches that are tweaking their elbows and they're going on the injury.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guys that like Aroldis Chapman has yet to be injured, but he throws 110 miles an hour.
Way to take that one out of my brain, Tim. Appreciate that.
There's other guys.
That's where that was going.
A bunch of other starters who go like 5 innings, 90 pitches, all 100, 106. And then their changeups are 80 to 91. They are not on the injured list, but it's the guys that are throwing the 21-year-old from 2021. He's now 24. Has at the exact same moment his two-seamer goes left and his cutter goes right, and he's a left-hander. he is going to get injured if he continues throwing the ball with that much spin. It's going to happen. It's the pitch clock. Add 5 seconds. Fine. Make it back to 20.
Get rid of it.
But don't blame the pitch clock for how fast pitchers are throwing the baseball. It's not speed, it's spin.
Even Andres Munoz has been throwing over 100 miles an hour for I don't know how long, at least a couple years.
Long time.
At least a couple years, and he has not gone down at all. He had some weird shoulder thing a couple years ago, but it wasn't season ending. He was like, they were just like, oh, we'll just
tightening or something in his shoulder.
He lost like 3. I think velocity went down by 3 or 2.5 or something. But 2.5 on a velocity on somebody who throws 105 to drop it to 102 is not much.
It's still at home plate in under half a second.
Yeah.
They're in like 0.4.
Yeah.
So the difference is minimal. But it's the guys that are trying to get you to swing and miss that are going to break their arm.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And
like Kershaw, right?
If
didn't Kershaw have Tommy? Didn't he have that too? Like when he was
he's got bad
20 something.
Bad shoulder.
He's had that a long time. He's had that for a long time since he started in the majors. Yeah. He's been in and out of surgery all the time, or in and out of the injury list all the time because of his shoulder. And at least it's not his elbow. At least it's not Tommy John. Because the UCL is a lot harder to deal with than just oh no, your shoulder hurts a little bit. Take 2 weeks off and not pitch for 2 weeks. Go to a rehab stint for 2 weeks, and then you're back for 6 months or whatever it is. Like we're looking at, like pitchers are not blaming the pitch clock. MLB is blaming the pitch clock, but they're saying that velocity is a problem, and the way the way it works, you're only allowed a certain psi, pounds per square inch. I forget what it is. It's like 60 or something, and not the faster you throw it, but the more spin you put on the ball is the more torque you put on your elbow, which causes those UCLs and those strains and those inflammations. And so that's still happening.
The way these guys' elbows snap. It's just
it hurts.
Throwing the ball. It looks like it hurts my arm, and I'm not even throwing the ball.
See, I played high school. When I played in high school, I played outfield. I did not want to play as a pitcher because
shortstop or third.
I wasn't down to. I can still throw with my shoulder and my elbow a little bit. I can even it out. I wasn't down to have to learn how to snap. Like I know how to do it, but I'm not willing to. No, my elbow's not going to go that far. No thanks.
I was too afraid of hitting the guy at the plate and not worried about where the ball was going. But I would much rather throw it 98 feet from third base or shortstop corner to first on a dime every time, and I could use my body. My arm, my elbow is much more valuable to me than trying to be a pitcher.
Yes. All right. So the next one that I found, so this is just the stats of what's actually happening. Now, I found this, and I credit John Boy because I watch John Boy all the time when it comes to just some weird stuff I found. Barstool Sports caught somebody from Texas A&M cheating. Actually cheating. Yeah. Watch.
This is the Georgia pitcher, ain't it?
This is oh yeah, sorry, Georgia, yeah.
I'd say, isn't that the Georgia pitcher when they were playing?
Yeah. So what it was, I can't find the footage. I wish I could find it. So he took sticky stuff and put it on the laces of his glove while he was warming up.
Rather than on the palm. And so he's screwing around with the laces of his glove right here, and it has sticky stuff that he put right here. And he would rub his hands, and he'd do this, and then he'd throw his pitch, and it was apparently he did it over and over again, and no one caught it. And Barstool Sports caught him cheating.
I saw another video of the same thing, but it was like of him actually throwing the pitch, and then like a side-by-side of him doing it like without that stuff. That ball breaks a lot more when that stuff's on there.
Oh yeah, it sticks to your hand and it causes you to.
And it causes you to be able to turn it more. Yeah.
One of two things happen when you use sticky stuff. Either when you're throwing it, because you throw a 2-seam or 4-seam fastball pretty straight and even, it will stay on the same plane. If you throw it as a curveball, it breaks more. Slider breaks more. Breaking ball breaks more. And that's if you use the sticky stuff. So they actually found someone cheating in college. He never got rid of him, and he got the win. They haven't posted anything that I've seen yet on whether or not he got got kicked out of the team or got kicked out or suspended at all. He's still playing.
Find out.
We'll find out over the next couple days. We'll see. That might be something for next week. So
That's crazy.
there is another one is that Aaron Judge broke up a double play by using his hand.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I never saw the video, but I saw the photo you sent us.
yeah, so he literally blocked it. Like he blocked the pitch with his hand. Would you consider this as interference?
Yes,
Wait,
100%.
You'd consider this
his hand up.
interference?
100% because to me that's not a natural slide.
So
It's
hang on.
it's nowhere
Maximize
near a
that real
natural
quick.
slide.
Maximize that real quick.
Okay.
It means make it bigger.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, now go back a little more. See, like, look. So the way he's sliding, there's no reason for his hand to be like this. There's no reason.
No reason.
There's not.
So if you watch
To
how
me-
he slides, he keeps both arms down. That's an intentional reach to stop
Right.
the ball.
Yeah.
That is an intentional reach.
And to me, that's on the same plane as Rodriguez in what 04
Yeah, we blocked it.
when
I
he's
think
running
I'm
down
fine.
first and he smacks the ball out of the dude's glove. You literally see him smack his wrist and knock it out. To
I
me,
think-
that's on the same plane because nobody slides with their arm 20 feet in the air.
No, not at all. And it's kind of I think it's ridiculous that was even allowed. Like it's literally
Wait,
like
hang
look,
on.
see?
Yeah, see,
So
there's no
he
reason.
moved his hand. He
Yeah,
moved
he
his
reaches
hand.
up for it. Yeah, like there's no, like there is no reason for him to do that unless he's intentionally doing that.
Whatever happened to the rule? If you get hit by the ball, you're out.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think
Rob
they got
Dibble
rid
would
of
have
it.
got a lot of people out with that because he hit a lot of people.
Yeah.
But something's got to happen with that because that's intentional. That's not okay.
But
If
that was
you
like
look-
what, a few days ago too, right?
Yeah, but the thing is though too is the reason why that Aaron Boone is like I don't understand why why this is even a thing is that he actually slides with his hand up.
Judge does.
He does all the time. Yeah, that's what he does.
Not that high.
But I think he does it to stop the ball from reaching from first base. Is what I think is a compilation of Judge sliding. So this is why
I didn't.
Aaron Boone says that he's not doing it on purpose because of this.
He does it
So
every
like,
time.
see, slides right there.
One.
His hand is up, and then he slides again with his hand up, and it's in the
Wait.
same motion. And then he
But
slides
also
with
to
his
me,
hand up.
could you roll that one back to the one in the middle?
The one in the middle, so like what? 12 seconds in? Probably
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, hang on. Well, see, okay, no, go back a little bit
He looks
and then
like
pause
he
it.
jerks his hand down.
Yeah. Well, if you watch his hand, to me, if you watch his hand, no, he goes like this. He goes up like this. Let me go a little farther back. He goes up like this to stop it, and he's like this. He's
Yeah.
not like this. He's like this, trying to catch the ball.
So okay,
To
right.
me, that's not right because it looks like when he's sliding in, he's putting his hand up, and then once they're already like this, then he drops his arm.
He's
But,
Right.
but before they're releasing it, his hand's up like this, trying to catch the ball.
Yep.
That's just how I feel about it. Is that it's like the blocking home plate or whatever. It's kind of the same thing, but it's also a very gray area.
It also looks like as he's sliding, if he knows he's not gonna stop it, like he pulls his hand
He
in.
puts his hand down.
Right.
Exactly, like probably this one.
Like right there. See, he knew he was gonna
Yeah,
block.
you're
He pulled
right
his hand
there.
in.
Yeah, as soon as Cruz went like this to turn, as soon as he caught it and started to turn, he pulled his arm down. But the other one, he put his hand up the whole time.
Mhm.
Like that first, like the one against Toronto, his arm was up the whole time. Never had
Yeah.
any.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Why?
It
why,
really is.
No. That should not be allowed. You should not intentionally reach for the ball and try to stop a play. That should be unsportsmanlike conduct, a fine, a removal, a suspension, something.
15-yard
Okay.
penalty and a first down.
This is not.
this is not.
You
This-
said a personal foul.
This is not
I'm
like
done with
yeah. So this
At
this
least
is
I
not-
know there's 32
So now-
teams in the NFL.
So now we're talking. I don't want to hear it. And now that we're talking about like Aaron Boone, right? So since we got Aaron Boone and the Yankees up, we'll go to this one. We'll go to this
I
one
love
now
this
instead of the
one.
one I had planned. So Aaron Boone gets the boot because a fan said something.
Can you turn it up so we can hear?
Yeah. So
And I didn't say anything. Oh, you know what? We're not going to need a John Boy.
And then I actually know the explanation for it.
There you go. And now Aaron's saying I didn't say anything.
the guy behind him's like, I got it booted.
Right there, the guy in the blue shirt.
Guy in the blue.
So, Tim, can I take this one? So, from what I heard, I read something that the umpire was saying that he heard after he told him to stop. He heard something from that end of the dugout, and since he is the manager of the Yankees, that's why he got booted. He heard something from over there.
The thing
It's
is,
because the
so
whole reason is that's why. It's because
John Boy.
he's the manager of the Yankees, and he heard something from that end of the dugout.
John Boy did a breakdown of it. And I can't find it. I tried to find that. That was the video I was going to use. Is John Boy's video. I was going to I'll credit him in this. But he uses the whole where he takes a little bit, like a small camera, and the guy that got him booted is yelling, "Come on, home plate!" And then the home plate umpire tosses him. That's exactly what happened. And you can tell. You can tell the look on the fan's face. He goes, "I got him kicked."
There you go.
So look back here. See? He's like, what?
It's like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
And I don't know if he's a Yankees fan or not, but either way, I think it's funny as hell. I'm not
He's an
kidding.
Athletics fan, if I remember right.
Was an Athletics fan? Good.
He's an
Get him
Athletics
kicked. The umpire proceeded not to apologize. He just said that sucks. He's the umpire, the manager of the Yankees.
He's the
He
manager.
deserved to get
What he
kicked.
heard from that end of the dugout, he was the one that had to go. Yep.
It turns out Aaron Boone over the past 1,200 games that he's coached for the Yankees, he is number 3 in the amount and managers get tossed out of games of his entire career.
Well, yeah,
he is
he's
number
Brett
3.
Boone's brother. I want to get kicked
I
out too.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So we'll move on to this one for pitching statistics, which I found interesting. This is all year. The Mariners are sitting at number 2 in the entire league in ERA, wins, and saves
That's the
across
So-
the board.
number
The
2.
Number
the
2.
credit we can give them for that is that what is it? The last 15 or 16 now?
Last
The
17 games.
the last 17 games they have given up what? 15 something runs
Yeah.
ERA.
Yeah. And that's
That is they have a large gap. I think they're like 1 point something, and then
over the
another
past
team
50
right
games,
behind
yeah.
them's like 2.8 or something.
yeah. So
They are
the-
like a full run ahead of everybody,
the top
and it's astounding.
the three pitchers that hold the record for the least ERA in a span of 15 games of a winning streak. The 3 pitchers are Luis Castillo, Bryce Miller, and George Kirby. Those are the only 3 that hold the record. No one else is close.
Miller yesterday was incredible. And Max Fried was 1 for 1 with him the whole way. And then they both caved with the exact same inning. But Bryce Miller is new. Max Fried is not. And to be on that level, it's incredible.
It is.
And to
love
Tim,
It's incredible.
I'll fight you on that. It's the other way around. Bryce went round for round with him. Not, I think Bryce hung with him more than Fried hung with
Well,
Bryce.
Bryce went first because the Braves are away, Braves
Yeah.
are away, and then Fried went second because he's at the
The
Mariners
vet
Stadium.
versus the kid. That's how I feel it was.
Yeah. So
Did
I
either one of them
personally-
get the win for that?
Mm-mm.
No. Uh-uh.
No, they didn't get a
They
loss
went
either.
to the relievers. Went to the relievers
Yep.
because neither of them. Yeah.
Well, it's so the whole thing is that
It's dumb.
do you know how? Out of curiosity, do you know why the Wind went to the reliever?
No.
So if you throw a perfect game and you allow a run in your outing, regardless if you throw in a no-hitter or close to a no-no or close to whatever, if you throw it and the whatever team is losing comes back and hits a home run and ties it or gets the lead or gets the win, you technically do not get the win because you are sitting there giving up a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you will get the loss because you are responsible for that run.
Exactly. Now, if Mitch Garver would have hit that home run in the first or the second, he would have gotten the win.
It would have gone to Freed, and Miller would have gotten the win.
It would have gone to Miller because Freed was accountable for those 2 runs.
Yes, but because it was not Freed nor Miller responsible for that run that crossed home plate for the Mariners
So it's
win,
neither one of their fault.
Yes.
neither one of their faults.
Even though that it technically it was their teams. If the thing is too is if you get pulled from the inning with runners on whatever reason, or they give up a home run, it still counts as your given up run.
Because you're the
Yeah,
reason
because you
they
are
were put on
responsible
base.
for who you put on base. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we're
Too
all in agreement.
foolish.
we all know that.
Strikes again.
So we all know that. Okay. So last week, someone faked a pregnancy test, told them it was Bauer's kid, and got thrown in prison for fraud for entrapment. He is still pitching, but not in the major leagues.
He is now in Mexico.
Yes, he is. Say there. He literally has been fighting this the entire time, and this is where we're at. And I still think he's still throwing nails. He struck out 14 today.
Holy cow! Really?
Bauer
Today.
struck out 14 today over 6 innings.
Oh, that was today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like last week or something.
That was today. He struck out struck out 14, which is impressive
insane.
still. Keep in mind, he never pitched for a full year or year and a half because of this, and yet he's still.
Yeah.
Well, it's also because Kinga Juko and him they were playing constantly inside their little simulator, so it's not like he was out of shape. You know what I mean? He still had that.
But, like, he's still throwing live AD. And then the other thing is that he's also said if you go onto his YouTube channel where he explains it, he's basically blacklisted
Yeah.
to where he's a disgrace to it. He defaced the MLB for what he was accused of.
And
But
didn't
he is
actually do it.
he is still open to sign with a team if they want.
Right. And he's allowed to. And there are plenty of teams that
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
want him. They won't because he's blacklisted, even though that he's still
They won't.
top dog.
They won't because of the rep that came from this garbage. Is what it is.
Which is ridiculous.
Bring him to Seattle. We'll take him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Put him in
100%.
Seattle. Yeah.
We like taking we like taking prisoners. The city of Seattle loves doing that. Come on now.
Oh God!
All
Let's
right.
not get on that topic. Let's move on.
We 23 innings over 25 hours. They had to stop and come back the next day because they went till the 15th inning or 16th inning and they said, "All right, we're going to stop here and we're going to start again tomorrow." And they came back and Midland beat them 4-3 after 6.5 hours on the field.
Well, they had to go to school.
My question there is, how many hits did both teams have?
I don't think that is actually available for me to see.
God.
You guys are talking. Let me see if I can find it.
'Cause
What was it?
Odessa versus
something-
Midland.
Because that is like high school baseball is high school baseball, but to go 15 innings, no one can get anything in. They're used to playing 7 innings, 8 innings of baseball, if I remember right. They don't play 9, so that is double of their length that they're used to. And then to go 8 more innings the following day, that's insane.
It really is. And I wish I could find it, but I could not find the actual like the scorecard breakdown for it, because it was just insane. I think they had, it wasn't even a very high scoring game either. It was 4-3. So it wasn't even high scoring at all. It doesn't even say, it was 22 innings, 22 innings over 7 hours long, or over 7 hours long at 22 innings is what it is. And they actually hold the record now in Texas for the longest played game in all of high school sports.
Oh, that's they're both college teams, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, college. My bad. Yeah,
No, high
Okay, so
school.
it's not high school.
and I can't find.
No,
I
it's
can't
high
find
school.
the scorecard.
Is it high school?
Yeah, it's high school.
Oh, 2 Texas high school schools. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't give me. It does not give me the.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not giving me anything either.
It's not giving me anything, but we don't know what that is. But we will, if I can find it, we'll do an update next week to show the scorecard
Yeah.
from that.
Yep.
So,
I'm gonna look for that because that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane.
we're gonna start
I
with
was
the
looking up-
Dodgers. The Dodgers versus Diamondbacks were delayed due to a swarm of bees there, and they finally were starting to play a couple hours ago, an hour or so ago.
So they're currently in the 5th inning.
An hour
I just-
ago.
I just want to point out the announcer for Chase Field pulled on the PA and said, "Be patient."
And then they started playing "Let It Be" by the Beatles.
Yeah,
This is incredible because not only are you making light of a really interesting situation, because we were all wondering, how does a open air stadium in the middle of a desert with 80-degree weather get delayed?
that's what I was not sure.
Or is it a monsoon? What is it? And
Oh, sandstorm.
it's nothing natural. It's just a collection of insects. Stopping
So-
the game.
Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow and the Beatles' Let It Be was played through the sound system. And the beekeeper that came on was chanted MVP. Yes, that was a
I'm
thing.
sure he was saying MVP, or was he saying MVB?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good. I
so
wasn't the only one that thought about that.
apparently it happens in Arizona because Arizona's weird like that. It's in the middle of the desert, and apparently
Yeah.
they just were. That
And it's
happens.
also just
So,
Arizona.
so here is the swarm of bees, just so everyone can kind of see it. It's kind of like chilling there on the net.
Back
If-
at home field net. Just nah, nah, man. I'll pass.
What do you mean?
Tim,
You
I'll
don't
give you
want to
10
hit a
bucks.
foul
I'll hit
ball
that
and
thing.
just you want to hit a foul ball at all right there?
I don't want to sit near it. I don't want to be by it. I don't want to be under it. I don't. Not. I'm on the other side of that field, buddy. I'm on the other.
We used to poke bees' nests with frickin' sticks when we were kids. Come on now.
Like idiots.
No,
We're
I'm
dumb.
older, and I'm not dumb. I know those bees will be back with vengeance.
So they do this every single year.
Is that Royal
This-
class you were telling me about?
This is what was that?
The Royal class you were telling me about?
No,
No, this is the mascot fight
this is the mascot fight.
between the
So-
president and then everybody else.
Barstool Sports posted this directly on their Twitter with this, and so basically they had Screech, who is the Washington Nationals mascot, came out and started a fight between the mascots and the presidents. Originally, it's supposed to just be a race, but they started an all-out brawl, and they're just like beating everybody up, like bam.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, I need to ask both of you this one then. Which one is better? The president race or the beat the freeze race? I think in Milwaukee.
The president's race is
Freeze
better.
race.
Yeah.
President's race,
Which
president's
which one do you think is better? And like more, I think the president's race is more entertaining because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
With beat the freeze, unless you're a freak of nature, you're not beating the freeze.
He
No,
retired.
because he was a former Olympic sprinter.
He retired.
Is what
He's-
I've come to heard.
He's done. He's no longer doing it anymore. He retired. Yeah.
Well,
he's-
there's
he's
another
done doing
one.
the freeze,
Come on now,
yeah.
they could put another one in there.
They will. They'll probably put what's the guy with the long legs that won like it's like 5 or 6 gold medals.
Usain
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 Bolt.
Bolt. They'll probably put Usain Bolt as the freeze.
He could even run from left field to almost the corner, and Usain will still outrun me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, so that.
But this is incredible. The royal smack or the royal brawl.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Presidential smackdown.
What's missing? What they need to get next time is they need to get they need to get a couple of the Super Mario shells and then throw the shells at each other.
You want to call it the ultimate brawl?
Yeah, get that.
Give them the home run bat. Give somebody the home run bat for just that.
Or give somebody the sledgehammer and just start doing this the whole time.
They're playing whack-a-mole. They're playing whack-a-mole with it.
So we're gonna see on TV next time that each one of them has a health bar. And it's a percentage.
Yeah.
More, all of a sudden they're out of the park. A home run happened. That would be incredible. Please, Nationals, make that happen for the kids. For the adults that grew up on video games, that is your moment.
We would love it. We would love it.
Yeah.
Please do it. Yeah, so. All right, but that's it. That does it for this week in baseball. I'm pretty sure I'll find some weirder stuff next week, but there's a couple lighthearted stories along with some interesting stats and everything. So, that's it. That's all we got.
Stat nerds finding interesting things around baseball. Cooper, appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a
Thanks,
good
buddy.
night.
All right, have a good one.